All right, so today I'm going over 5 tips for finding a rental in the South Bay. So as a realtor, I typically work with buyers and sellers finding homes and selling homes. But I also have a handful of clients who are homeowners with a investment property, and maybe they purchased the home and now they're looking to rent it out, and so they don't want to take the time to screen different tenants and have people calling them. So they'll have me list the property, and I will go through and screen the tenants and show the property for them, and then they will make the decision on who they would like as a renter. So through that process, I've kind of come to realize what some of the key points that make one tenant stand out over another in getting the rental that they would like. So that's what I'm going to go over today, is how to be that winning renter. So with rental prices being very high and interest rates still at record lows, you might say, well, why would I want to rent at all? And there's quite a few different reasons that people rent. Some people are renting because they're new to the area and they're not sure what they want yet. Others are renting because they're trying to save money and buy a home down the road. Either way, there's no right or wrong way of doing things. And in California, Southern California especially, the rental property market is very competitive. So today I wanted to go over 5 things that I think could help you stand out when finding the right rental property for you. Number 1, be prepared. So when I put a property on the market for lease or for rent, the first thing that happens is I get a flood of phone calls, emails, and texts. If it's priced right, there's going to be a lot of people interested. And so if you're one of those people that are interested, you want to stand out among those 50, 60, hundreds of people that are looking for that same rental that you are. And the best way to do that is to come in prepared. If you think that reaching out and saying, I want more info on the property is going to make you stand out, you're probably going to be searching for a long time. So what I mean by being prepared is have your credit report completed, have your proof of funds completed, and have references all written out so that when the landlord has an application ready for you to apply, you have all your info ready to go and you can be the first to apply. So rather than reaching out to the landlord or the listing agent and saying, hey, I'm interested in this property, say, I would like to apply for renting this property. Can you send me an application, and when can I see this property? So by saying I would like to apply, you're showing that you're serious about renting, and then from there you will obviously want to see the property, and by them giving you that application, you're one step ahead of the people who are waiting to apply after seeing the property. Tip 2, make a list of your wants and needs. And in the South Bay, those wants and needs could be an in-unit washer dryer. It could be the number of parking spots that you need. It could be proximity to the beach. It could be proximity to the freeway. It could be, I don't want a rental property that has carpet in it. So all these things that are a priority on your list, you want to make a list out of them and rank them. And that way, when you're looking through listing photos, you can kind of identify those things that are wants and needs and cancel out properties that don't fit into that criteria, because you don't want to waste time going through and seeing properties that you know you need a washer and dryer in unit and that property doesn't have a washer and dryer in unit, or you know that you need 2 parking spots and this unit only offers 1 parking spot. So by having a list of your priorities written out, you can kind of streamline the properties that you're really interested in, and that way you're not wasting your time or the person showing you the property's time. Number 3 is drive around to find the right spot. When I say drive around to find the right spot, I mean, not only are you driving around to find the location, you're also driving around to see what the neighborhood's like and see if it's the right community for you. And those are also the times that you might find the best deals. if all you're doing is looking on the major property websites to find a new listing pop up, you're gonna have to be the first person that clicks that listing and calls, and you're, like I said, one amongst hundreds reaching out about that property. And by driving around, you might find a spot, a hole in the wall that the landlord just wants to get filled, and they put a sign outside and they didn't do any other marketing, and so it's your chance to take advantage of finding something that nobody else has found, and it might be at a better price, because if the landlord's just putting a sign outside, they may not actually have done their research on what the market conditions are and what a comparable pricing is. So just by driving around, you might find a great deal, but you also will find out if it's a good neighborhood that you feel comfortable living in. And you can also drive around at night and make sure that you feel comfortable getting in and out of your car in that neighborhood at night, and you know, places look different in the daytime and the nighttime, and you'll have a good feel for what's the right community for you. Tip number 4 is understand that not all square footage is created equal. So you're gonna really wanna see every property in person and actually go through and see what it looks like. And with the rental, sometimes the postings online aren't always accurate on square footage. So do not just look at a property profile and say, okay, I don't like this one, or I do like this one. Really try to do your due diligence and check out the ones that you're really interested in, and don't cancel one out just because it didn't have the right square footage or size that you wanted, because you might be pleasantly surprised when you see it in person, or you may show up and think it's going to be a really large apartment and it actually is smaller than you thought. So it's great to really look through the property profiles, but don't leave it at just that. Be sure to see it in person. And tip number 5 is ask questions. So the reason I say ask questions is not only to get to know every detail that you're getting yourself into with your new place of living. You know, like I said, you don't want to take for granted that maybe the place doesn't allow animals and you have animals, and so you want to make sure you ask questions and find out all the details of, you know, where is the laundry? Is the laundry coin-based? Is the laundry on-site? Is the parking allowed for 1 car or 2 cars? Are they allowed dogs? So ask lots and lots of questions, but also ask questions so that you don't fall into a scam. There are a lot of rental scams out there, and the more questions you ask, the more you're gonna feel out if it feels like it's a real situation, because if it feels too good to be true, it's probably too good to be true. If you've been looking for a 1-bedroom for $1,900 a month, and all of a sudden you find the perfect 1-bedroom for $1,400 a month, odds are it's probably not a real property, or there's some kind of hidden problem with it. So ask a lot of questions, make sure that it's the right property, and make sure that you see it in person before you give any deposit or money away, because you don't want to be taken advantage of. And so by asking as many questions as possible, you're just going to further ensure that everything is fitting to what you want and need, and that it's real and a great place to be. Well, thank you for tuning in. I am Shane Inman with Remax Estate Properties. If you're looking to buy, sell, or rent, I would love to help you throughout your journey throughout Southern California. And if you are looking to move here and you don't know the area, feel free to message me or comment below with any questions you might have, and I'd love to help. Thanks a lot.